I'm Matt Hudson, author of The Saboteur Within, the definitive guide to eliminating self sabotage. And I'm going to chat to you about night terrors, now also called sleep terrors, and they're a type of parasomnia. So they're classified as an arousal disorder, and they happen during non-REM sleep. So REM sleep's when a rapid eye movement sleep, and they usually occur within 3 to 4 hours, during the night. So when they do occur, and I remember my children used to get them when we were kids, and it can be quite terrifying as a parent because you just hear the scream and you run through to see them, and I still remember the kids would be standing up and they're staring and pointing into the corner of the room, and even though you try to console them, they're not here. They're literally in this terror, pointing at the monster or the guy in the corner, whatever, but it's genuinely real to them and their system. So then, if we can find a way of, sometimes this passes within a week or two, but sometimes it can be quite persistent. Now, what I did back then was I used to jump into the dream with them. This managed to reach them, obviously, because all of my hypnosis training, 25 plus years now, I would join the terror. So I'd remind them that I was Superman and I was there with them, and what we're going to do next, and I could connect inside their terror, which then would resolve it and off the good sleep. And if you're a parent that's willing to dive into this night terror, great. Otherwise, you probably want to use one of our other techniques that will allow you to help them get through this. Now, night terrors are quite normal, but sometimes you can find that night terrors come as an adult too. Now, they can be as a result of stress, or it could also be a result of an adverse childhood experience. And studies have shown that ACEs, as they're called, when we're growing up, something has happened to us as a child. Now, this doesn't need to be really traumatic, but something that impacted you emotionally and negatively. Could it be something as simple as moving house? It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're a child, moving house is a great deal. So years later, this emotional memory image is stored here in the mind's eye. So when it comes to sleep, that's the time that this image is supposed to clear. But if it's got too much emotional content, we got so upset about it, it can't clear, then it may be triggering that night terror years later when the stress of life kicks in. So again, clearing this will allow us to resolve and come back into balance again.